Okay, we have 90 people out of 450 current enrolled students. So please make sure if you have any friends who have not joined this session, so let them know. Share the link with them so they can join. Okay, great. So we have 91 people on board, so we'll start with them. My co-facilitator Bansi will give you the head start. So Bansi, you can start the presentation.
Thank you, Jay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. And such a glad to have you all here. And really excited to start the facilitator program with you all. And now, before we go into the actual content, here is a small video into get you excited about the Google Cloud program.
Get ready for a cloud first workplace. Jumpstart your career by signing up for a Google Cloud hands on learning experience. Companies around the world are moving to the cloud. This is a unique opportunity to gain new skills and professional credentials. If you want to discover a career, scale your startup, or perform groundbreaking research that will change the world, this is the event for you.
So let's move to the and Jay already
Is there any problem at your side?
yes, wait for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you so much, all of you, to join today's session. And today I'm Bansi Babaria, and along with my fellow facilitator Jai Shah, we are here to train you uh, in your first session. So are you guys excited or not? Please let us know in the chat box. Great. So many responses. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. So let's get started. Uh, First, this is Bansi Babaria, and I am pursuing my bachelor's in computer engineering at LDRP ITR, and really excited to have you all on this training session. And thank you so much for joining. So sometimes we refer as a training session to the Google Cloud Study Jam. So it's basically any session where you are being trained on hands-on labs, and don't get confused by them, okay? And before we get started, please keep yourself muted all the time. And if you want to ask any question, then use the chat window in the Google Meet and we will answer it there, okay? And also keep your videos turned off all the times so you can save your bandwidth. And if you want to take notes, so please take a notepad, pen, or anything else that makes you comfortable. Okay. And as you all know, that session is being recorded, and we will send you the link of the recording at the end of the session. So don't worry. So in this session, cloud study jam or training session, whatever, we will first give you an intro to the Google Cloud Ready Facilitator program. Then we will covering some of the fundamentals of Google Cloud, and we will also be introducing you to a new few of the services on it. So as this is a hands-on training session, so we will also be implementing those services on the Google Cloud training platform called Quick Labs. So I think now you all are aware about Quick Labs, okay? So just let me give you some introduction about Quick Labs. So Quick Labs is a Google's in-house built platform where you can actually go and perform training labs in the test environment, okay? And you can actually perform your actions on the Google Cloud test instance. So why this is named? So when you are in the big company and you want to perform some instance, so you can go on the Quick Labs and take a particular test, and you can perform according your needs. And that's why Quick Labs are known as training platform. So that's it. And this is the 2 or 3 hours long session. So make sure that by end of it, you will remain present and you have the correct understanding of the program, as well as we will give you a small head start of this program. So now let's move to our event agenda. So first we will give you the introduction of the Google Cloud Ready Facilitator program. Then if you are new to the cloud, then don't worry, we will understand you what is cloud, and then the training platform, which is Quick Lab. So introduction of the Quick Lab, then some hands-on experience of labs on the Quick Lab, and how to make your public profile on the Quick Lab. Okay. And at the end, if you are facing some problems, so how to get help from the Google. So keep yourself. So now Jay will take you to the session. So over to the Jay.
Okay, thank you so much, Bansi, for introducing and making this far for the introduction session. So now onwards, I will take over the session. So this is Jay Shah. I am currently pursuing my bachelor's in computer engineering from LDRP, and I will guide you throughout the this Google Cloud Ready Facilitator program. So as most of you are currently in the college, right? So we do have some people from the masters, we do have some people from the uh, high schools as well. So most of you might be aware of that, like cloud is the trending technology of future. So before you get your bachelor's or before you get your master's, you should be aware of that, like within couple of years, like within span of 4 years, cloud technologies will get so many carriers in the next time. So basically, if you don't have the cloud knowledge right now, don't have the knowledge, then this is the correct time to get some. And this is what this program is all about. Like this program is intended for giving you the experience of Google Cloud in a such way that you can have the experience on Google Cloud without spending any sort of money because you are student. So you are currently paying for the colleges, and we all know that how much colleges cost right now. So yeah, if you are currently in first or second year, then you might aware of your syllabus of third and fourth year, and most of the colleges offer this cloud subject in third and fourth year. But university education provides theoretical and foundation knowledge. It doesn't provide knowledge on how to get hands-on experience, how to work with the cloud in the actual way. Like we have the assignments and all, but with those assignments can't get you the perfect knowledge of how industry works on Google Cloud or in any sort of cloud platforms in general. Like we have platforms from Microsoft, we have AWS from Amazon, and we have Google Cloud. So AWS is the biggest cloud platform so far, but Google Cloud is emerging platform. And if we talk about in terms of using the cloud platform, then Google Cloud is the most easy platform and most flexible platform to use, and it is also providing the hands-on experience using this quick lab platform so that you can have the perfect knowledge of actual Google Cloud, like how it works and all. And as I said earlier, in the future, there is a most companies who will hire for carriers in the cloud knowledge. Like right now, if we talk about cloud, then if you are cloud certified, then you might get at least 20 to 30% salary hike in whatever industry you are working. So as you are a student currently, then you can begin your journey with Google Cloud, and this is the program which fits you in the cloud community, which gets you introduced into the cloud community, and you can also have some backup from the community as well as the trained people like us, or from the Google Cloud itself directly. So yeah, basically for this particular Google Cloud Ready Facilitator program, there are three tracks to give you the hands-on training. First track will be Google Cloud Infrastructure, second will be native application development, and third will be the big data in ML. So in uh, the way this program works is, first of all, we will this is the first study jam, but now onwards, within span of 2 or 3 weeks, we will get study jams more frequently to get you the head start for each particular track. So from study jam you will have the basic knowledge of how to work with Google Cloud and how to work with uh, the basic quick lab and all. Then after you complete these whole three tracks, then you will based on whatever you have completed in the program, you will have the prizes according to that. And yeah, also a lot of goodies and a thank you card directly from Google. And in the beginning, some of you were asking that whether this is a third party program or not, or something like that. So I'm just making that clear that this program is directly handled by Google Cloud India. There is no third party involved, and whatever goodies and whatever thank you card you are receiving, that will be coming from directly Google Cloud India. And whatever you share on your LinkedIn or your Twitter or whatever social media platform you want to share, then that will be directly uh, went under the knowledge of Google Cloud India itself and other companies who are working with the Google Cloud or some sort of associated with Google Cloud. So moving forward to the content of the program. So in this particular program, as I said earlier, we have three tracks, and each different track is intended for train you in that particular subject. So let's talk about first track. So in the first track, we have 10 labs and 8 skill badges. And in the first track, you will have hands-on experience of Google Cloud, baseline infrastructure. You will get some knowledge of networking in the Google Cloud. You will have knowledge of Kubernetes. Uh, there will be a lab on DevOps, as some of you might know about DevOps, that it is also a trending technology, and uh, most of the companies are migrating from servers to the cloud. So yeah, that will be very useful for you to have the skills before you complete your bachelor's or whatever degree you are currently pursuing. Now moving on, second track. So second track is all about the native application development. So for example, most of you might be using the assistant like Google Assistant or any sort of assistant. So in this particular track, you will have the hands-on experience of those assistant, like how those assistant work, how you can customize your commands on those assistants. Like if you are saying, okay Google, get me to the website, then uh, on the by default area it will get you to the website, but if you want to configure it in your way, then you can also do that, and you will learn that by this second lab. So if you want to customize your some sort of commands, like if you want to customize your command to make the assistant to do some sort of task, then you can also do that. And you will learn machine learning APIs too. You will learn the website building and deploying, and yeah, you will also learn the IoT, Internet of Things, as you head over the first or second year of engineering. You might get across the Arduino and some sort of microcontrollers and chips, which which are considered in the IoT to make the uh, some sort of projects like uh, some sort of projects, as we can have the example of smart houses, where you can just turn on the lights and fans based on your voice. So you will have the hands-on experience of that also. And at the end, you will also have the experience of integration of G Suite, like email and all the Google application, how to integrate those applications with your website. And moving on to the third track, the third track is intended for big data and ML. So as you all are aware that it is said that for the future, the most richest person won't be judged on how much money or how much stocks he have, but in the future, the most richest person will be considered on how much data he or she has. So keeping that in mind, we will get the experience, like get the training on the third track. So in this third track, you will have the knowledge of ML and AI in Google Cloud. You will have the hands-on experience of BigQuery. You will have the knowledge of blockchain, as you are aware of, as you might be aware of the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And if you are the nerd like me and you are following the Elon Musk, then you might also be aware of Dogecoin too, as it is trending on the Twitter right now. And yeah, since it is a cloud which is a computer which is virtually connected, so you should have the knowledge of databases also, like you need to store the data somewhere. So you will also have the knowledge of SQL, structured query language, in the Google Cloud. And yeah, at the end you will also have the experience of how to make the machine learning models, like how to train the machine learning models, model using machine learning libraries like TensorFlow, sklearn, etc. And you will also have the hands-on experience of how to train the model, how to test the model, how to get the accuracies, and how to get the model run in the background on the websites. So that was about the track. Now we will get on the skill badges and the badges and etc. Like what will you have at the end of each particular quest and skill badge. So there is a small video about what is skill badge. So let's see.
Cloud skills are in high demand. A massive 86% of IT leaders say the skills shortage is slowing down their cloud projects. There's now an easy way for you to hone your cloud skills, fill this gap, and demonstrate your cloud competencies. Introducing Google Cloud Skill Badges. You can earn badges for a range of Google Cloud products and services like BigQuery, Kubernetes, Google Assistant, and more. Simply complete the interactive labs, which cover the latest in-demand, real-world skills you need today, and take a final assessment. Pass that, and the badge is yours. Use your badges to gain recognition in your current job or to help land a new role. In fact, a third of HR professionals say that digital badges carry weight in the hiring process. Ready to go? Start earning Google Cloud Skill Badges today.
So yeah, okay. So in the skill badges, you will first of all you will complete the labs in the quest so that you can have the hands-on experience on how that particular thing works on the Google Cloud based on the certain shell commands, based on the user interface interaction. And then you will have the challenge lab in the skill badge. So as you complete the challenge lab, you will have that uh, s- digital skill badge, and you can share that skill badges in your profiles like LinkedIn to get yourself recognized between whatever job role you are applying for. So yeah, we have a total of 8 plus 3 plus 4, that is 17 in total skill badges in the particular three tracks which is mentioned in the syllabus. So today we have the first study jam. Uh, for next 2 weeks, we will give you the time to complete that first track. Then after 2 weeks, we will have our second study jam and third onwards. So there will be three study jam for three particular tracks, and we will also have some sort of in between meetings to clear your doubts. And we are actively working on Discord, on WhatsApp groups, and also interacting with you via emails. So keep keep up with those platforms and make sure you use Discord modes frequently because we are using that uh, in the top. So yeah, this is the milestones and prizes on whatever you are completing, and these milestones aren't based on the particular tracks. Like here it is mentioned that you need to complete 8 quest and 4 skill badges. So that doesn't mean you have to complete the 8 quest and 4 skill badges of the first track. You can complete in total of 8 quests out of 30 quests in whole 3 tracks and 4 skill badges on whole 3 tracks. So you will be eligible for this first prize bag. So in this prize, you will have a T-shirt, a pen, a badge, stickers, and especially thank you card from Google. And make sure you complete at least first so you can have these goodies. And if you are completing all three tracks like 30 quest and 15 skill badges, then you will have a seat in career readiness program directly uh, taught by the Google. So make sure you reach at the highest level to get the benefits of this particular readiness seat. And if you are a student and you are completing these 30 quest and 15 skill badges, and you are completing also this career readiness program sheet like the training session, then at the end you will also have the 50% off, uh, 50% off coupon of the professional exam certification from any of Google Cloud of your choice. These exams can vary from $100 to 300 to $500. So whatever exam you want to choose, you can choose in between. And if you have completed this career readiness program sheet, then you will have 50% off coupon. So if, for example, if any sort of cloud related certificate, professional certification from Google Cloud, then you will be able to get that certificate for $50, which has the actual price of $100. And yeah, here I am talking about dollars. So US dollars, if you talk about 70 rupees of US dollars, then there will be uh, 3,500 rupees of cut down in your professional certification exam. And these exams have the highest priority whenever you are getting any sort of jobs. Like if you're completing any sort of programs from Udemy, from Coursera, or from any sort of teaching platforms, then those are not much considered for any of that jobs you are applying for related to cloud. But uh, if you have those kind of certificates which have the exams, which have the paid exams, and which is called the professional certifications, then this definitely helps you to get your profile boosted for that particular job, and also to get the at least 20 to 30% salary hike on whatever you are currently paid. So yeah, that will be our motto, that go to cloud. So let's talk about why this thing is required. So how many of you know what is this game? Like, let me know in the chat section if you know what is this game. Yeah, Suhail, you are correct. Correct. It is Pokemon Go. So few years back, the company, totally unaware of, it launched the game called Pokemon Go, which is basically an AR game, like virtual reality game, in which you use the camera and you just catch the Pokemons from different locations and so a little bit intro about that, that when this company launched that game, that at that time they weren't aware about how many people will join, like how many people will download and play the game. So even if they are not aware about like a particular traffic, they uh, had some sort of number of downloads per certain amount. So they just launched their game, and suddenly there was a hike in downloads and hike in uh, installing and playing the game. So obviously their servers, like they had X number, they got prepared for X plus 100%, and still they got crashed within 2 days of launch. So this kind of problems occurs in every day in different companies. So this is where cloud technologies comes into the picture. So in this cloud technologies, we will have hands-on experience on load balancing, traffic control, and virtual allocation of different like some sort of devices, or we can say servers. So, and yeah, we will also have the knowledge of what is cloud, how this cloud thing came into the picture, and how companies are using these cloud technologies. So first of all, uh, cloud has basically three main types, which are called infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Let's talk about infrastructure as a service. So infrastructure includes raw resources such as virtual machine, networking, storage, and so on. So there are resources at the fundamental building of blocks of Google like cloud computing. So when you consume infrastructure as a service, you have greater control over resources, but also greater management overhead. Like for example, consider a virtual machine. You need to install, upgrade, and patch all the software required to run your application. You can configure your virtual machine to scale based on load on the application. And yeah, for those who don't know about virtual machine, uh, it is basically a if we talk about in a simple manner, then it is just a computer, it is just a small OS and computer installed in a remote computer. You can have more knowledge on that by using VMware. So there is a software called VirtualBox from Oracle, in which you can, like, you need to install that. Like if you are using the Windows operating system as your main system, then you can install VMware like VirtualBox. Then you can download the image files of any OS of your choice. That can be Fedora, that can be Linux, or whatever, that can be Red Hat. So if you want to download and install the OS while you are working on your Windows machine, then you can install those image files in VirtualBox, and you can work, and you can fluctuate between different OS at the same time, and you can have your work done within those virtual machines. So this is basically a virtual machine is. You can always use the Google to know, what is that stuff and what is we are talking about. And one more thing I want to add, Google works on the queries. And so if you have some sort of knowledge on natural language processing, then Google works on the page indexing, and it works on the queries and stuff like that. So make sure you like get the knowledge on how Google actually works, so that during your computer engineering, whenever you want to search something, you will have some sort of problems while searching. So make sure you get the knowledge on how Google works and how those queries works, so that you can have your problem done in shorten amount of time, like in the short time. So let's hop on the platform as a service. So platform as a service, or we can say PaaS, provides a platform with managed services where runtime environment and network settings are pre-configured. So it makes it easier for you to develop and deploy your application. So Google App Engine is an example of PaaS. Google App Engine comes with pre-configured with runtimes for Java, Python, Node.js, and more programming languages. And software upgrades and patches are automatically applied. Load balancing is also pre-configured. So as I gave the example of load for the Pokemon Go game launch, and it happens with most of the companies right now. So that will be good for you to get the experience of that. And yeah, that also enables the developers to focus on application logic only instead of worrying about the infrastructure setup, or in the simple language, worrying about the servers, like whether their servers will be crashed or not, or whether their server will be able to handle those uh, softwares and handle those public traffic or not. And yeah, in the last we have SaaS, or we can say software as a service, and in that entire applications are managed and made available in the cloud environment. And for intention, I have kept Gmail as an icon because Gmail is the best application example for software as a service. So this is the basic infrastructure of how uh, the Google Cloud manages their particular infrastructure in the background. So there are certain things which is application data, application logic, and at the end integration. So at the background, application data consists cloud storage, data storage, uh, cloud bigtable, then cloud sequence query language, and also cloud spanner. So for example, if you want to expand your data, like storage of the data of the application, then if you have enabled that in the cloud, then you can easily work upon the application rather than worrying on whether your application will get crashed or not. And there will be application logic also. So in the app engine and container engine, there are API gateways, there are user data management. So if you want to understand that in a deeper way, I will suggest you to get some sort of knowledge on Postman. Postman is a software in which you can have the knowledge of how APIs work, like how different APIs call each other, and how those applications interact with each other to share the data between application user interface and the application data, like data stored in the cloud. And at the end we have the integration, uh, which is shown at the end, whatever user is using. So yeah, get yourself set, get yourself some sort of water or something to get yourself hydrated. So this I have made this PPT to get your self and head start from the beginning. So I would like to have all of you open the incognito mode, because if someone of you are at that state that you have not got your, like you haven't got made your QuickLab profile, like most of you have made your QuickLab profile public, but if you have not started using like if you haven't got the monthly subscription, then I will go through that topic once so that everyone can come along with me. So I have shared the video earlier to get the monthly subscription. So let's follow this video. Okay, I'll give you a brief introduction before that. So, those who haven't claimed their 1 month subscription on the QuickLab platform, you can go to the registered email address and open the Gmail. You can go through the Google Cloud edu no reply @quicklabs.com. Like you can search that email, and within that email you will have the instruction on how to get your monthly subscription, and you will have that information handy. So is there anyone who haven't claimed the monthly subscription? If there is anyone, let me know in the chat box. I will repeat myself. Uh, do we have anyone that have not claimed their 1 month subscription on the QuickLab platform? Okay, so I'm assuming all of you have got the QuickLab 1 month subscription, so we can just skip this part. So this many services will be associated with your Google Cloud services. So once you get the 1 month subscription, then you need to make sure that whatever lab you are attending and whatever quest you are completing, you must make sure that you are using the quota allocated to that particular lab only. Like for example, if some lab is intended for creating a virtual machine, then you need to create only one virtual machine. If it is intended to create a one virtual machine in that particular lab. Otherwise, if you are creating more than one, or if you are using any other sort of services, then you might get your account blocked from this program. And there is a limit that if you get your account blocked for more than 10 times, then you might get removed from this particular program also. And yes, one more thing, whenever you access any lab, then for particular that lab you will have different login ID and password to log in to the Google Cloud Console, and it is recommended that you use the incognito mode, so then you can neglect the reality of getting so many email addresses in your particular browser. So yeah, everyone can, like, this is intended for students, so everyone will be able to access the Google Cloud Identity and Access Management. And in this access management, you will learn who is uh, who can do the certain amount of task, and you can also manage what resources can be assigned to particular people. There is a thing called regions and zones. So as you can see, as you are aware of that Google Cloud is multinational company, and they have installed several different servers in every continent. So you can choose between regions and zones. For example, there is a region of US, and the zone will be, okay, the zone will be US and the region will be US Central 1. Now, uh, everyone, can everyone confirm whoever got the monthly subscription, and you can see some sort of like this. Okay, it seems most of you people, like everyone, have got the monthly subscription. Okay, great. Okay, one more thing I just want to clear. If you have the 1 month subscription pass, then on the QuickLab platform there are over 800 quest and skill badges available to attend. So you are open to attend any of quest or any of skill badges from out of those 800. But if you want to get, like if you want yourself some sort of prizes, uh, then you need to complete all of the quest and skill badges mentioned in the syllabus first. Like once you complete the quest and skill badges mentioned in the syllabus, then you are free to complete, like then you are free to get any sort of hands-on experience until this 1 month credit pass ends. And as you complete your first quest and first skill badge of the first track, then you will get 2 months of monthly subscription. Like then there will be 2 months in which you can access any sort of labs and any sort of quest within QuickLab platform. So you are not bound to attend any lab, but it is recommended for you to attend only those labs first mentioned in the syllabus, so that you can get counted in the goodies, and you can get counted in the uh, thank you card from the Google or other prizes. Okay, so this is the email that you are going to use throughout the program. So whenever your account gets blocked, whenever there is a problem in any sort of lab, then you can use either of these two uh, helping hands. Like first of all, you need to contact us facilitators, and if we say that this is not under us, then and then you are allowed to like contact these email or chat with them. Like you are allowed to chat, but before mailing them, please get to us, so that if there is a problem going on the Google, then they just do not get flooded with same sort of emails. So make sure that if you have some sort of problem, then first of all you need to use this chat window. uh, this chat window will be appearing during the live lab completion. So on the right hand side corner you will have the help section, and within that help section you will get the chat section where you can uh, have the live chat. And one more thing, make sure you select the Google Cloud Rally Facilitator program there in the chat section, so that you can get the help fastly. I have shared this email in the Discord server also, so from the announcement section you can get that. Okay, so now we will hop on to the Google Cloud Essentials quest, as this study jam is intended for that quest. So first of all, whoever haven't started their quest, all of you need to enroll in the Google Cloud Essential Quest right now. Like right now, just log into your quest and just enroll in this. But log into your QuickLac account and enroll in this particular quest. Uh, just let me know if there is anyone who have not completed any labs or any sort of from first quest. And till that time I will just log into my account so that I can uh, give you the hands-on experience along with. Okay. So in this particular Google Cloud Essential Quest, there are 5 labs, and at the end of 5 lab, you will get your first quest badge on your profile. So now I will I will go through the first quest, and all of you who have not completed their quest are uh, like they can just complete the quest with me, or just let me know in the chat section like how many of you completed the first track, not the first track but first quest. Okay, and is there anyone who haven't started the first quest? Okay, this is a bit confusing. uh, okay, so I will just do one thing. I will complete okay, Google Cloud Essentials. I'm just opening that. Okay, so in this first lab, there are in the first quest, there are 5 labs, and there is a lab in alternative. So since all of you have got the monthly pass, then a tour of quick labs has been completed by all of you. So I will do one thing. I will just complete this creating virtual machine. Okay, then there are some people who have completed. There are some people who haven't completed. So we'll just start from creating virtual machine lab. So I'll just stop sharing the PPT and okay. Can you confirm that you can see my screen? Okay, great. Okay, so whenever you like I have made the video on this particular quest, that's why this shows complete. But whenever you start the quest, then this will show that you need to complete the all the labs. So you need to click on this particular lab, and this will redirect it to this thing. Then you will need to click on start lab. Make sure that Google doesn't know you are robot, and always use this left side of button that states use subscription, because you have the monthly subscription, right? So you will always using that subscription only to attend any lab. And whoever has the 9 credits in their particular account, then they need to complete the following steps and get this kind of, like, in the account you need to have this kind of written that says monthly subscription. So you need to make sure you have that in your account. Okay, is there anyone who is doing the labs with me? Okay, great. Okay, so there are several things you need to look at when you start the labs. So you need to go through the overview if you are just attending the labs first time. These are the tasks which you are going to do during the lab, and just make sure. Okay, everyone, kindly keep yourself muted during the session so that we don't get interrupted in between. Now, yeah, just make sure you have some sort of knowledge of Vim editor, Nano editor, or Emacs. So the Vim and Nano editor are editors which are used in the Linux as an editor. So whenever you use Nano command, then you will be redirected to editor within the command line. So let's start this particular lab. Okay, I need to share my whole screen so that you can able to see what I am doing in other labs. Uh, okay, can anyone confirm that they are able to see my window? Okay, now I have opened the Google Cloud Console. You can see that, right? Okay, great. Now, whenever you click on this particular open Google Cloud Console, it will open a separate lab, like separate tab. So in each and every lab, you will have this username and password. You don't need to store any username or any password. You will have these username password unique for each and every lab. So you'll just need to copy and paste to sign in into the particular Google account, and these are the Google G Suite accounts, and you will accept. So these are the particular G Suite accounts which will help you to use the Google Cloud platform in the same manner like in the same manner you use in the real world. So yeah, we have done the login part. Now you need to agree and continue. So this is the Google Cloud Console panel. From Activate Cloud Shell, you can activate the Google Cloud Shell, and that will allocate you a virtual machine with 5 gigabytes of memory, and this is free for all users. So even if you don't have the GStart account, you can access from your normal account too. Okay, so we are connected with the shell. Now these are the steps which you need to follow during the lab. So you need to start the lab. So we have just started, and these are the instructions you need to follow. This way you can, I just showed that you can enable the cloud, and these are the basic commands to check whether your cloud shell is working properly or not. uh, it is not compulsory to use those every time. As you can see, these are the marks for a particular task, so you will be graded for those tasks only. So if you want to check, you can check, but if you want to neglect, then you can just neglect those things. You can have the basic understanding of zones, and then you can just head over to the task. So here in the task one, we need to create a new instance from Google Cloud Console. So these steps are need to be followed properly. So there is written that you need to go to the compute engine and VM instances. So in this particular tab, in the left section, you will find everything whatever written here. So this is compute engine, and if you are lazy like me and you don't want to scroll something that you are not able to find, then you can also use this search option. So what you'll do, you'll just copy this whole thing and you will just paste here. So in the list you will be able to get there more easily and more fast way. So from the computer engine, we need to go on VM instances. Now from the VM instances, we need to create instance. So here you can always hide info panel. Now you will click on this button to create an instance. Now most of you were making these mistakes in the starting. You need to follow this table properly, and you need to follow each and every step of this table properly. Otherwise you will not get the tick mark for a completed task. So here name is the GC lab, and it is recommended that you always copy these things and paste here. So name GC lab, and region we need to have US Central 1 Iowa. So we already have this US Central 1 Iowa, so no need to change. Then we have zone as US Central 1 C. So here we will change it to C. Then we have series as N1. So here you can see the series, and you will change to N1. And one cool trick I want to share, that sometimes there are lot of stuff going on this on the screen. So if you are not able to find something on the screen, then you can do just one thing. You can just copy this whole thing. You can press the Control F, which is the universal key to find whatever text is written on the whole website, and then you will use the paste option. So that way you will be directly redirect to that particular text. So you don't need to scroll, like here you don't need to scroll, but sometimes you will have some sort of long applications. So at that time you might get frustrated, so you can use this type of shortcuts to get your things done easily. So you will change this series to N1. Now it is written then machine type to vCPUs. So you will change the machine type to 2 vCPUs in the N1 standard. Then you will set the boot disk to 10 GB standard persistent disk OS image, and that image should be Linux 10 Buster. So from here you will be able to change that. Operating system is Debian, Linux, and 10 Buster. Debian, GNU Linux, 10 Buster, and balance version size is 10 GB. So here everything is given is same, so you don't need to change anything. Now you need to allow HTTP traffic. So you need to tick on that and you will hit the create button as suggested here. So you need to wait for some time as it is creating a virtual machine, so it might take some time, like around, based on your computer it might take from 1 minute to 5 minutes of time to get this thing created. And as it gets the green tick here, you will get the assurance that your instance is created named GCE Lab. And again I repeat, do not make mistakes while giving the names or while configuring, otherwise you will not get the full marks. And if you are not getting the full marks, you will not get the completion of that particular. Now as you can see, the instance is created and you can also check the logs from here. Whatever you do, you will get the notification from that. So if you want to have the track whatever you have done, or whether you have multiple instances or not, because sometimes you might get the error of that, so you can check it from here. Now our instance is created, so we will use the SSH. So you need to click on this SSH. It will open a separate window. It will definitely open in the new tab. So okay, now I'm sharing the whole screen of mine. So as you can see, I have opened this SSH tab, and Now I need to run all the commands in the SSH tab only as instructed here. So don't get confused, and you can use just Control C and Control V to copy and paste. So here you will get entered into the SSH terminal root. Now you will be handling your virtual machine via root access. Now you will update everything, and you will, after getting everything updated, you will install Nginx, and then you need to confirm whether it is running or not. Here you can see it is running, and in the every task it is the command, like first here it is given command, and then whatever are like how output should be look alike. So you do not need to copy and paste this thing here, you just need to paste the commands from here. And now if you want to see, you can see, and you can, if you want to neglect, then you can just neglect and click on the check my progress. So here you can see I have got the green tick. Now you need to create an instance with Google Cloud. So here it is written that in the Google Cloud shell. So you do not need this SSH shell more. So you can just uh, like minimize or close or something. You will head over to the mail thing, and you will use this command in this particular Google Cloud shell or terminal. Now this is the command to create an instance using Cloud Shell. Gcloud compute instances create. This is the name of the instance. So as here it name suggests GC lab. One more instance will be created, and by double dash machine type you can just type the, like use the machine type, and you can also declare the zone of this particular virtual machine, and after hitting the enter it will create a virtual machine. And whenever you are interacting with your G Suite accounts Google Cloud with free Google Cloud shell, it will ask you to authorize to, so that they can communicate in between. Now I have allowed that. So it has created one more, and whenever you feel you haven't got the result on the given screen, you can always reload. Your progress till now won't get faded, it will be kept as it is, and whenever you have left you will be like what there only. So as you can see there is one more VM instance created by Google Cloud Shell, so you can take here, and yeah, you have got the full marks. So from now onwards, as you get the full marks, you can read the text along with. to get the idea of what's going on, or you can also neglect and head over to other trainings if you want, because this is the whole thing for testing your knowledge. Even if those MCQs are not mandatory at all, like you can test your knowledge, but if you are not submitting anything, that will be also fine. Now, at the end, first of all, always make sure you sign up from the account and you remove the account that is allocated from that particular lab. Then you will be closing this tab and then you will be ending this lab. So there is a thing that here it takes between 1 minute to 5 minutes to create an instance. Sometimes you might get stuck in between. So if you are not logging out from this particular lab and in the hurry you just ended this lab and head over to other lab, and you just start doing stuff, and if Google Cloud detects that you are currently in the Google Cloud Shell lab and you have the running instances more than one or more than allocated in this particular lab, then even if this is not your fault, you might get blocked from the Google Cloud. And whenever you face such kind of problem, you can have these three supports. First of all, I will show the chat support. So whenever you get into the chat support, you need to write your name, your email address, and make sure you choose the department of GCR facilitator program. This is the panel specially allocated for us. So whenever you choose this, then you will get the solution of your problem prioritized between all of the current like whatever type currently students having, you will be prioritized between them and you will get the solution much faster rather than other students are having. So yeah, and yeah, you can also exit from the SSH lab also. Okay. Now let me know, is there anyone who have completed the lab with me, or you have the you had the basic knowledge how labs work, right? So can anyone confirm that? Okay, so if you are not signed up from the lab, it is totally fine. Like after ending the lab, whatever resources are allocated to you, it will get deleted first, and then your account, like the temporary account which you got from Google Cloud, it will also get deleted, but it takes some time. Like for example, if you are creating multiple instances, you are deploying website, you are creating machine learning models, then those kind of things get some sort of time to get deleted. So for those criteria, like for the rare cases, I have instructed that you need to like log out from the accounts for those. Like at the end of that, you might like hurry up to completing the labs and so you don't run into several problems. That's why I have instructed you to do such things. Otherwise, whenever you are hitting the end lab button, then within 3 to 5 minutes, all of the accounts like the accounts allocated to that particular lab will be deleted by themselves. Okay, now we'll do the second lab. So I'll just share my screen. Okay, so is there anyone who is going to do second lab with me? Can you let me know in the chat box? In the track 3, can we had a chance to work with big data and real world data? Yeah, Shivam, you are correct. Like there are several databases which is made public. Like you are talking about machine learning, then I have several examples. Like if you have worked on the uh, handwritten digit recognition, then you might came across the Minias database. If you are working on the some sort of corona related thing, then you might get across the database of corona patients. If you are working on the face detection, then you might get across the databases of faces. If you are working on the disease recognition, then you might get across the plant data of like composed by Chinese government. So all of the databases which are publicly available are also available on Google Cloud Platform. So from the platform itself, you can access those databases and you can use those databases to create some sort of machine learning models. You can also deploy those models using BigQuery, and yeah, you can do the analytics also. Okay, then I will complete this second lab. So I will start this lab, making sure Google doesn't know I am robot and using the subscription. At the lab, you simply, if you are like getting familiar with the platform, then you can just head over to the task. Like till the setup, there is same instructions for the every lab, so you can just skip that part. You can just go to the task section. Then we will open the console, follow the same steps, use the another account, and we will paste the password. Okay, these are the commands to get the current zones and regions. So gcloud will be the evergreen command in the Google Cloud. Then you need to check the configuration. So config will be the command. Then you will getting the value printed on the shell. So you will get use the get value and you will compute and zone commands. So you can just copy and you can open the shell. As you can see, the zones and other things are not set yet, and it is perfectly fine. We can do that later. Okay, now uh, there is one more thing I need to get your attention to. There is an project ID allocated to each and every lab. So whenever you are having these kind of commands, then make sure you replace this whole thing with your GCP product ID. Like for example, Here we need to go on the dashboard first. So we'll go to the dashboard, then we'll just copy and paste whole command here. And you need to like delete whole thing. You don't need to use the braces at also. You need to copy this whole project ID and paste it here. And then this is the complete command, like this is the perfect command to run. And you need to always authorize whenever you are interacting with your account. Now we need to set the environment variables. So you can copy this thing, paste this thing here. You can copy project ID from here. You can paste the project ID here. As you can see, I have missed the Q at the beginning. So from the upper arrow key, you can change that. Then you need to export the zones, and you can have your zone from here. It is written that Google Cloud default zone, so you can just copy this thing from here and paste here. And whenever you see the dollar signature before any sort of writings, then this is the echo command is used in place of print command. Like for now, you at least have learned the C language. So there is a command in C language called printf. Echo works at the same way. So whenever you write echo and dollar, then this will print the value of this project ID variable. Then you can just create a virtual machine. We have learned that in previous lab. You can read through the commands to get the better idea like how each command works. And when your instance gets created, you can click on check my progress. Sometimes this might doesn't work, so whenever it doesn't work, you can click on this blue icon too. If this doesn't work, then there is a problem with your lab or there is a problem somewhere. So as you can see, we have got the 100 marks here. So we can neglect other tasks, or if you want to go through, then you can also do that. So here from the help command, we can have the list of help commands. There are two more commands that you need to remember whenever you are using while loop within the Cloud Shell. Then if you want to just terminate currently running program, then you need to use the control plus C command. So whenever you use control plus C, then the shell which is running the like the shell which is running continuous for loop or continuous while loop infinitely, that will stop right there. And you can also use Q command to quit from the command. uh, you can just read through those commands and you will have the better idea on that, like how to do stuff. And yeah, this whole thing is based on the Linux environment. So If you are not familiar with Linux, then sudo is the basic command used within Linux whenever you want to run such commands as a root user or with the configuration of root user. So now we can end this lab. And yeah, you can also connect with SSH using Google Cloud Shell too, within Google Cloud Shell, if you don't want to like open a whole new window. And there is one more command called cd, which is basically change directory. So if you want to change the directory of current, like change the directory from current directory, you can use that. There are several other commands also. Okay, whenever you are using vi editor, let me show this. So whenever you are using vi editor, then you need to look at the bottom. So whenever you are in the editor and you do not read any sort of writings here, then you don't have some sort of access. You are just, you can just go to up and down. Now you need to press I for insert. So whenever you press I, then insert will be written here. So this way you will be able to edit this file. So you can see I am able to edit this file. And after you are done with editing, you need to press the escape button, ESC button. So after you press the escape, the insert will be fade away. Now you cannot edit this file. Now you need to press the colon, like shift and right side of the L key. So you need to press colon, which will be written in the bottom. Now you need to press W and Q, which stands for write and quit. So if you are familiar with C languages file editing command, so whenever you change the file and you write into the file, that is called write command. And whenever you want to quit, that is called quit command. So write is basically changing the content of the file uh, using the root, like using as a root person. So whenever you click colon WQ, it will intended as a colon write and quit. So whatever changes you have made, that will be made within that file, and whenever you hit enter, that file will be changed. Now, as we have completed this lab, we will add like as I suggested earlier, this uh, Cloud Shell is free for every user. So I ended this lab, and you can see I am still able to use this shell. So as I said earlier, it will get deleted within 5 minutes. So you just want to make sure that you have signed out from here and remove that account, so you just don't get flooded with the accounts. Otherwise, at the end, you will have a number of accounts here, and it really gets annoying. Now we have completed Cloud Shell. Now we will complete Computer Engine Quick Start. Though it is an OR lab, like if you don't do this lab, then it is okay with this particular quest. Like whenever OR is written, you can do either of the lab mentioned here, but it is the training session, so it will be helpful for you to have the more knowledge about that. So we'll do the lab Start the lab and follow the whole procedure again. So first of all, we need to log in to the allocated account. Accept, confirm, agree and continue. VM instances. Now we need to create. Here it is not written the name and everything, so you can give any name you want. Now here it is written that its series should be N1. So we'll have the series N1. Boot disk is Debian GNU Linux 9 stretch. So we need to change it here. And it is given 10 GB, so we'll keep that default. Now we need to choose Windows Server 2012 R2 data center. And we'll at the end just click on the create. It might take 1 or 2 minutes to get created. Till that you can follow other steps. As you can see, it is created, so you can follow other steps. It is the basic commands, so you can just neglect those. And here, as you can see, we have got the 100 marks. So here it is given the remote desktop protocol and the Windows server. So using that, you will be able to connect to the Windows remotely. So for that, you might want to get the third-party softwares, or if you are using Windows or Mac, then you might have pre-installed servers from Windows itself, so you can use those. And also you can just copy paste the RDP client thing, and you can access the Windows machine remotely. Now we'll just end this lab. Okay, there are several messages that I have missed. Okay, do one thing. I will just stop the screen sharing, and whoever haven't done this part like Kubernetes or set up a network and HTTP load balancer, they can do that. And yeah, that will be all for our study jam session. What kind of error are you getting? Okay, everyone can attend each and every lab for maximum 5 times. Like if you are getting some sort of error for first time attendance or so, so you have the upper limit of 5 times attendance. So whether this is a lab or challenge lab, you can attend every lab and every challenge lab for 5 times. And then if you like there is an ongoing program problem for Google Cloud or something, then if you want to get your quota reset, then you can just email to the Google Cloud people, and they will also make you attend those lab for 2 more times. Okay, so we do have 7 minutes left, so I'll just share the rest of the things with you guys. As you have seen in the first lab, this is the tour. Then in the second lab, we have created a virtual machine. Then in the virtual machine, there are CPUs. Like it is basically a remote computer, right? Then in the third lab, we get used to with the Google Cloud Shell. Then from the fourth lab, you will be able to create Kubernetes cluster, and you will be able to deploy an application on that cluster. So, and at the end, like in the last lab, you will be able to do the load balancing to particular application. So as in the beginning, I addressed an example of Pokemon Go. So whenever you get some sort of situation when things got out of your hand in terms of the public traffic, then you can use this HTTP load balancer, so that whenever you are having a small traffic, then you don't use much resources. uh, okay, someone has raised his hand. Yeah, exactly. Whenever you complete the first quest and first skill badge, then you will get the subscription of 2 months on the Quick Lab. So everyone is like, it will be instructed to everyone to get that 2 months of subscription. And yeah, this way Google Cloud handles the traffic. Like whenever it gets more traffic, then application divides the load between different virtual machine instances, and each virtual machine instance itself works as the some sort of server. So whenever one server is overloaded, the traffic is automatically redirected to another server, so that no user face the problem of like getting no data or any sort of problem. Hey, great job. We started with 100 people, and there are still 36 people I can see here. So this many people are interested. So that is so good to have all of you here. So thank you so much. And the high five to everyone who is currently watching this. Okay, the social media part. So whenever you complete your any sort of skill badge or quest, you can always share that publicly. So this is the official social media, like official Twitter account of Google Cloud India. You can search that on @Google Cloud _IN. So whenever you get any sort of quest or skill badge, or whenever you complete any track under Google Cloud Relay program, then you can definitely share that on Twitter by using this hashtag called Google Cloud Rally. And you can also follow Google Cloud India. And if you think we have done some sort of good work, then feel free to tag us. These are our social on the Twitter. So we'll be waiting for you guys to complete the awesome tracks and skill badges and see whatever you have achieved during this program. So as I instructed earlier, we will give a task to all of you. So today is 18th, when we have done the first study jam. So we'll give you 2 weeks of time. Within 2 weeks, you need to do all of the quest and all of the skill badges present in first track. So after 14 days, we will schedule another study jam, and we will give the insights of second track. So till that time, just make sure you complete all of the quest and skill badges mentioned in the first track. And syllabus is given in the Discord, so make sure you keep your eye on the Discord in the syllabus section, information uh, in the information tab, in the syllabus text channel. You will be able to find the syllabus of this program. So there are 10 quest and 8 skill badges. So you need to complete those all before our second study jam. For your like these are the uh, details of those quest and skill badges. So for 1 to 7 quest, you will have a quest and skill badge both. For 8 to 8 and 9, you won't have the skill badge, and for 10, again, you will have the skill badge. And one most important thing in the Google Cloud training, like whether it is current program or whether it is any sort of program from Google Cloud, like most of you have attended Google Cloud program before, like 30 days of Google or any sort of program in the future, then make sure you complete each and every skill badges mentioned in that program. Like the quest is okay, quests are okay because they are intended to teach you, but skill badges are those things which can be compared to some sort of digital certificate. Like if you have completed 300 quests, then it won't get much like limelight in the social media. But if you have completed 50 skill badges, then you might get your profile boosted, or you might get the higher priority on the any sort of cloud related job you are applying to. So make sure you complete each and every skill badge, like obviously after the quest, but make sure you complete skill badges also, because skill badges are more important than quest. At the end of first track, these are the digital badges you are going to have in your QuickLab public profile. And one more thing, you can add these you can add your QuickLab public profile in the section of education, like in the section of like education. Then that will be like considered as valid Google Cloud training. And from now onwards, from tomorrow, you will have daily, or you will have the progress report on your email. So we are planning to send all of you the track of like whatever you are completing on the daily basis, as we are getting uh, the track of all of you, like whatever you are completing, we are getting the CSV file of that. So from now onwards, you will get those completions in your inbox on the daily basis, or on the 2 3 basis, or on the weekly basis.